12th man, and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the UCF Knights, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Knights will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Aggies offense will get first crack at it today. And we'll get a quick look at one of the early leaders for the Heisman. Winning the award as a running back certainly demands something beyond the normal. He's going to have to put together a stellar season, David.
No, he will. And listen, it's hard for running backs to get this award. Now, it is a quarterback award, but recent years, Ashton Jeanty, you saw him there. But you got to be the catalyst. You got to be the star.
There he goes. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Well, this offense watched their opponents struggle in their last game. They knew that there were some places they could try to attack, especially running the football, and they wasted no time. Opening drive, and they generate an explosive play.
Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Lost to fire on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback.
Touchdown, Aggie! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go downfield. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Knights offense headed onto the field. Now we'll first look at them today. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. Quarterback keeper. Creates a little space. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Knights in the hurry up.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Off the play fake. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Hard in the backfield, it's Clements. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Knights will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Running the ball's in the Aggies' DNA. I mean, that dates back to the Junction boys.
It's the physicality. They find those guys up front that can make holes, and I think that's when you've seen the great A&M teams. Really good offensive line, paving the way for those backs and those great teams they've had.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He might want another play. They'll send the back in motion. They'll try the outside to the left. Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Not overly complicated. Not something the OC spent the whole summer designing. I take the ball and I toss it to my fast guy, get him on the perimeter, block it up good. My wide receivers commit to blocking, and boom, make a big play.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Right back to the well. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next.
Not enough space. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. From the shotgun, the inside give. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. The Knights will hustle to the line.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches. And what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Can't hang on across the middle on first down, and maybe he was worried about the shot he was going to take. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Slithers into space. Turning it on. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. looking to pass inside the red zone. They get to him as he throws. And it's picked up at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Got it behind the line. It's Norman. If you're going to run that play, you have to get it out of the end zone there, and they'll take the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
And it'll come out to 25. No attempt at a return. The only thing I can think is he just didn't see him signal for the fair catch. That's an easy call for the official, and they'll accept the penalty. Gives it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Knights headed quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
To throw, it's Kinsey. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. On the run, fires downfield. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions. He just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. We'll start this second quarter with a field goal attempt. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. The lead is now back down to 9. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough fist.
Oh, he's got some space. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Grab behind the line. It's Armstrong. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the football.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Catch in the middle. It's Armstrong. They get him corralled, but not
offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Texas A&M trying to gig him in the red zone. Takes the easy one to the back. Touchdown, Aggie! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse, and field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
The Knights are in the hurry up. Trying to pick it up on the ground.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, he comes up with... reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to give this guy the ball in space.
And in this game, this guy has shown you why he's one of the best in the country. He has so much ability at the running back position. Speed, quickness, the ability to break tackles, unbelievable vision. Already now with 150 yards rushing, the defense has no answer for him. They've got to find a way to slow this guy down.
There he goes! And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense gets set for second down. They'll leave it with him. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able...
Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he takes this from it, and he pumps it up inside the 20. Recovered by the kicking team. Touchdown, Aggies! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Wide open downfield. Makes the stop at the 29-yard line, but not before he gets 15 on that play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Wide receiver going in motion. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. First down for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Kinsey. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Hauls it in. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The Knights want to crank the tempo. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Knights will send out the punt unit. Let's see what he can do with it. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to breaks into the open. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Dropping back, it's Kinsey. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Knights decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch right at the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first...
And the ball is free on the pitch. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Turning it on!
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. They'll immediately call timeout.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense, next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
He's got him in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Let's go! Let's go! Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
You got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. So they are denied a touchdown on this drive, but they'll try to put up a 3 spot before the break. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to have. Absolutely perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And the returner will be brought down. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun first half than you? And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Knights send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Looks it in at the 40. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
The sure hands, it's Williams. Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Going to try to get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
They'll try to power their way ahead. Oh, he's got some space. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the first down, you chew up a bunch more yards, too. Nice execution by this offense.
Finds his tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. Now the play fake. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Oh, he missed it. No good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. That's reeled in. It's Norman. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. And this quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll move it back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Looking for space. It's Brave. On his feet at the 40. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the ground. He's got it again. He has the first and still on his feet. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Aggies! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Kinsey. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football.
There he goes. Bulldozes his way through. Touchdown, UCF! Excellent pass by the back on the option. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Going to the running game. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Aggies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Goes to the option. Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback. but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Trying to turn the corner on the left. A most efficient pickup of 6. Down, it's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Hart. Makes the grab. Still running at the 40. There he goes. Touchdown, Aggie. And they take it in for 6 more points. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Unloads quickly. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st down. You got to keep this thing.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
How about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
Flips it out to the back. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out, get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Texas A&M going up tempo. Might be calling a hot route. Scanning the field, it's Hart. Pulls it in, it's Williams. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Makes the grab on the left.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pretty good job of coverage on that kick. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it.
Gets away from one, finds room. Hits a seam wide open at the 20. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way... But they still do count it for 6.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, David, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Takes a handoff. It's Burrell. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The inside handoff. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
And the Aggies back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Trying the left side. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving. You give them a 1st down.
And another Another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of the season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
Thanks.